A very good evening. You're watching News 9 with me, Shruti. With elections drawing closer, political parties are making a beeline to finalize alliances and tie-ups. And today, the BJP-led NDA seems to have found itself a friend which can turn things around in their electoral prospects in two newborn states. Take a look.
Will cycling be good for BJP's electoral health? The BJP is leaving no stone unturned to make Mission 272 Plus a success in the forthcoming Lok Sabha polls. Today, the Saffron Party, in a bid to enhance its electoral fortune in Seemandhra and Telangana, formalized its pre-poll alliance with Chandrababu Naidu-led Telugu Desam Party. In a joint presser, Akali Dal leader and NDA co-convener Naresh Gujral announced TDP chief Chandrababu Naidu's return to the NDA fold in the presence of BJP leader Prakash Javadekar.
That with his joining the NDA, you will see India progressing rapidly and both the states here progressing rapidly.
The alliance also extends to the assembly elections that will be simultaneously held in the two newly formed states. With this announcement, TDP has finally put all the speculations around the alliance drama that unfolded in the last 2 weeks to rest. While it seems the talks appear to have collapsed at a certain juncture, breakthrough in the alliance came last night after the intervention of top leaders from both the parties. The seat-sharing saga. With the alliance announcement came the seat-sharing declaration, and here's how the figures look. As per the seat-sharing arrangement between BJP and TDP, the former will contest in 5 Lok Sabha seats and 15 assembly seats in Seemandhra, while the TDP will contest from 20 Lok Sabha constituencies and 160 assembly constituencies. Meanwhile, in Telangana, the Saffron Party will field candidates in 8 Lok Sabha seats and 47 assembly segments. The TDP, on the other hand, will contest in 9 Lok Sabha seats and 72 assembly seats. Telangana is all set to go to polls on April 30th, while Seemandhra will vote on May 7th. With Telangana statehood looming large on Andhra Pradesh, both parties are hoping to get the best out of the anti-incumbency wave. Speaking on the occasion, Prakash Javadekar said that the alliance wants unity between the two newbie states.
What we are going to declare and assure in both the states is what we always said, that both the state of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh can exist peacefully and prosper rapidly. So faster growth is our bond together, and therefore we are confident.
Chandrababu Naidu exudes confidence. TDP Supremo Chandrababu Naidu, who made a comeback to the NDA fold with this poll pact, exuded confidence today. The former Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister said that the NDA under the leadership of Narendra Modi will bag more than 300 seats in the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. Chandrababu Naidu also trained his guns at the Congress. Attacking the party on grounds of corruption, the 63-year-old TDP Supremo called for a Congress-free India.
Congress Party అధికారంలోకి వచ్చి 10 సంవత్సరాలు ఈ దేశాన్ని అన్ని విధాలా భ్రష్టుపట్టించారు. రూపాయి విలువ పడిపోయింది. అదే మరిగా ఈ రోజు చూస్తే అభివృద్ధి ఆగిపోయింది. ఇవన్నీ ఒక్క కాంగ్రెస్ పార్టీ అవినీతి అసమర్థత వల్ల దేశం పూర్తిగా నష్టపోయింది. ఈ రోజు ఈ దేశంలో కాంగ్రెస్ పార్టీని పూర్తిగా పాతి పెట్టాల్సిన అవసరం ఉందని చెప్పి నేను చాలా స్పష్టంగా చెప్పాను.
Leaders happy, cadres grumpy. While top leadership of the two parties rejoiced the poll pact, the alliance doesn't seem to have gone down too well with the cadres of the two parties. The decision to join hands with the BJP ahead of polls has triggered a major dissent within the ranks of the TDP. High decibel drama unfolded outside Chandrababu Naidu's residence as TDP workers held protests. Although the NDA is expected to benefit from the alliance, Andhra's BJP leaders seem to be unhappy with the pact. According to reports, district heads of the Saffron Party have submitted a memorandum opposing the alliance. Presidents of its Telugu district unit are also said to have strongly opposed the electoral tie-up with TDP and threatened to resign from the party. BJP the new ray of hope in Andhra Pradesh? This is the big question doing the rounds following the official announcement of the BJP-TDP poll pact. Certainly, TDP's electoral tie-up with the BJP will come as a major boost to the NDA. But the Chandrababu Naidu-led party is not the only supporter of the BJP. Tollywood pop star Pawan Kalyan, who launched the Janasena party, had earlier extended open support to the BJP's prime ministerial candidate Narendra Modi. Following a meet with Modi, a Janasena BJP alliance was also widely speculated. But as of now, it's only the TDP that has made its alliance with the BJP-led NDA official. But the Saffron Party, though, is hoping to find more allies in the dissented states to make the best of the anti-Congress wave. So will the BJP be successful in joining hands with more political parties and make it big in Andhra Pradesh? A News 9 report.
They say politicos will do anything to win votes ahead of the polls. Today, Mulayam Singh Yadav finally paid a long-pending visit to Muzaffarnagar, but the timing of the visit has raised many eyebrows.
Mulayam Singh Yadav finally visits riot-hit areas. Just a couple of days before the Lok Sabha elections, Samajwadi Party Supremo Mulayam Singh Yadav finally visited the riot-hit areas of Uttar Pradesh. Mulayam visited Muzaffarnagar, the worst affected district, for the first time since the deadly communal riots 7 months ago. While it is certain that the visit, just ahead of polls, came just to woo voters, the SP chief made his bid to reach out to Muslim voters. Time and again, Mulayam went about highlighting the schemes undertaken by his son Akhilesh and his government for the welfare of Muslims. Muzaffarnagar, Mulayam and Modi. The saga continues. The pre-poll hostility between BJP's PM candidate Narendra Modi and Mulayam Singh Yadav over Muzaffarnagar riots continues as the former UP Chief Minister came all guns blazing at the former, making claims that the 115 crore rupees assistance was given to Muzaffarnagar. Mulayam accused Modi of not spending a single rupee.
कभी भी एक पीड़ित लोगों दुखी लोगों को कोई मदद नहीं की गई। पहली बार हम लोगों ने फैसला लिया कि जिनकी मौतें हुई उनके घर को एक एक सरकारी नौकरी देंगे और उसके अलावा उनके मकान बनाने के लिए जहां बसने के लिए जाएंगे उनको मदद करेंगे और मदद की। ऐसी मदद कभी हिंदुस्तान ने कभी नहीं की। ये मोदी मोदी करते हैं। मोदी ने कितनी जानें ली थी, एक रुपया किसी को नहीं दिया।
The age-old man of SP also exuded confidence about the outcome of the upcoming elections. He said that SP would get at least 50% seats in the 80 Lok Sabha constituencies that go to polls. Mulayam also said that neither the Congress nor the BJP will get a majority and placed his stakes on the third front, which even the SP is a part of.
पहला ऐसा अवसर है कि जो राष्ट्रीय दल हैं दो, कांग्रेस या बीजेपी, एक इनका बहुमत नहीं आ रहा, न तो बीजेपी का आ रहा है न कांग्रेस का आ रहा है। पूरे देश के 76 देखिए आप, तो तीसरा दल है, उसी का बहुमत आ रहा है।
While the third front has been dodging questions on who their prime ministerial candidate would be, Mulayam Singh today hinted that he too was a PM aspirant.
आगे आने वाले समय में तीसरे मोर्चे की सरकार बनी, ये ध्यान रखना, गंभीरता से लेना। और तीसरे मोर्चे में सबसे बड़ा दल है समाजवादी पार्टी। तो चुनाव के बाद हम लोग एक होकर के सरकार बनाएंगे। नेता कौन चुना जाएगा चुनाव के बाद, तो आपको पता है नेता वही चुना जाएगा जिसकी सीटें ज्यादा आएंगी। अब ध्यान रखना, इसमें कहीं कोई विवाद नहीं है। जिसकी सबसे ज्यादा सीटें होंगी वही नेता चुना जाएगा, वही सरकार चलाएगा।
Mulayam Singh Yadav certainly left no stone unturned to woo voters in Muzaffarnagar. Despite the SP government being under constant attack for mishandling the communal riots, Mulayam claimed the administration had successfully controlled the violence in 2 days. But why did it take 7 months for the SP chief to visit the riot-hit areas of UP? Is the visit plainly an attempt to woo voters before the polls that is crucial for his party? A News 9 report.